Now, folks at home, I'm telling y'all right now, rivers are where legends are made. What comes out of rivers is two things: fish and creeks. Right now, we are at a creek full of monsters, and I've only caught one. I caught my personal best. I'm going to show y'all him right now. I've got him. I'm going to keep him maybe a little bit until I might even go catfishing with him or big bass fishing. Oh, shoot. This thing, I'm not sure if you can see him. Yeah, you see this? This is a creek chub. I don't know if you can see his head right there. This is the first real, this is the first real live spawning I've seen. The first sign of spawning I had was dead fish, dead eastern stone rollers, and dead creek chubs that had horns on their head. Now, what these horns are, is sort of like during spawning season, whenever they're looking out for mates, they grow these horns on their heads, and the males will have competitions and literally battle to the death for a female. And those are chubs, and any kind of chub, and eastern stone rollers. I don't know if there's any other kind of stone roller. There probably is. All I've heard of is an eastern stone roller. But I'm looking down right here. This is where I caught that big one. I was fishing up there. There's a couple bigger ones up there, but the ones down here, these things are monsters. You're not going to be able to see because there's so much pollution in this creek. Luckily, there's so much filtering stuff before it hits Clark's River, which is probably where the bigger fish came from, which is where the green sunfish and the catfish and the bass in here came from. I haven't seen but one bass, if that was a bass. I'm sitting here looking, is that green sunfish? There's green sunfish. I had one of those bite my little, this is like, I'm going to show y'all my lure here. I don't know if I've even shown y'all this at all. Here, let me find it. Here. It's like a shrimp. It's like a shrimp or a bait fish. It's like a trout lure, but you can catch a whole bunch of stuff on it. And I was expecting to catch, I was going out here to catch larger green sunfish, but that didn't really go well. I had one bite from a green sunfish, and he was tiny. But spawning is on. All the male creek chubs are pumped up, muscles everywhere, horns coming out of their head. And just not too long ago, whenever it was still cold, spawning wasn't that decent. But there was a few dead fish that had horns on their head. I'm not gonna say for sure. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure the way that these fish died with horns on their head is they saw another one from the same species, and they went into a fight, and these ones are the ones that died. Now, chubs, creek chubs, the ones that I've seen, only grow two to four horns. The eastern stone roller that I saw, I've only seen one in my entire life, and he was dead. He had like 50 horns on his head. I don't know how a fish like that could lose with that many horns on its head. And those things were sharp too. I mean, these fish are ready to kill something. And now I've used this lure. I haven't recorded a video on it, I don't think. I might have, but I've used that lure before. And I used it up there where a bunch of little fish were, just to see if they would bite it. And as soon as it touched the water, they were all gone. I went up there, same spot today, dropped it down, and every fish that were this big and fish that were this big, just attacking that thing. These fish are aggressive. That's another sign of spawning right there. I'm not sure, I didn't have my camera out, plus I have to wait for a GoPro now, which should be here by next weekend. Again, this is Friday, April 13th, 2018, so they should be here by next weekend. and then I'll be able to record better footage. But I think I saw something. It had vertical stripes on it. I couldn't tell the distinct color, but it was something light. I think I might have just seen a baby yellow perch. I know yellow perch have a good chance of being in here because this creek goes to Clarks River, and Clarks River goes to many other rivers. I'm pretty sure Clarks River somewhere connects to Little Jonathan Creek, and I know for a fact that Little Jonathan Creek has yellow perch in it. So it's a very good chance I saw a yellow perch. He swam under a rock, and whenever I tried to grab him, he swam out. But I should be getting back to fishing right now. There's a bunch of large fish sitting right here. I hate being around water with this. I'm trying to stay as far away from the water as I can. If I drop the phone, it's not going to land in water. But I really don't want to take any chances. Especially where I'm at now, it's not going to land in water. But I have to make it across the water over there, which the fish don't freaking care. They don't get scared of me at all. I mean, if they could, they would freaking headbutt me. They are tearing they haven't, like, cut it or anything, but they are destroying my lure. I'm not going to be able to record myself fishing here. Whenever I get home, I'm going to get up here, and I'll show you all the fish that I caught, the species. I'll name the species off. There's a few key fish in here, and then the other ones I've only seen one of. So the first one, the type that is all around, like the most in population, is the creek chub. Second in population is red horse suckers. Third in population is green sunfish. Fourth in population. Third in population. That is a yellow jacket right there. Third in population is bullhead catfish. Fourth in population is green sunfish. Fifth in population. Wait, is there a fifth? I don't know. I don't know if there's a fifth or not. Would probably, if I had to say anything, it would probably be the bass, and sixth would have to be the yellow perch, if that's what I saw. I'm not even sure that there's bass and yellow perch in here, but I'm thinking that's what I saw. So I just wanted to update y'all. Whenever I get home, I'm gonna get this out again. I haven't been listening to music here, and I caught my personal best creek chub in spawning season. The spawn is on. These things, in order to catch a frickin' creek chub, which are really attracted to scent, in order to catch one of those on a lure, these things have to be pumped up, and I know they are. So, yeah. So, spawning is on. And I'm ready to catch another one that's bigger than that one. And I know they're in here because I saw some that look like bass. Matter of fact, I'm staring at some of them right now. I mean, these things are, you're not going to be able to see them from how much oil and stuff like that is up here. And that's why I take most of my fish with me. That's why I don't release a lot of the fish that I catch here. And most of the fish here do not have a size limit. If I catch one that does have a size limit, I'm not going to, keep it. I'm going to follow the laws here. But I hear a bunch of noises. But if there's one that I can legally keep, I'm going to take it. Well, if there's one that has potential to make more, I'm going to take it. But if there's smaller ones, I'm going to see how they do. These have been here for years. These fish have been here for years, and they're not dying off at all. But I just don't want another whole entire... I don't want a bunch of fish having mutations because of the pollution here. I mean, I'm not sure if y'all can see this. I have this in face mode so I can make sure everything's good. Look at all this trash. Look at this. Whenever I was over there, I was trudging through. It can't be anything natural. I'll put it that way. That crap was just brown guck everywhere. I'm not going to cast from here. I'm going to go over there. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 6:09. I've got about 30 more minutes. Well, about 20 more minutes, actually. But I'm saying, just here, the spawn is on. If I go up to the front of the creek by the hospital, and I drop shot my lure, one of those big red horse suckers might jump up and grab that thing. And especially down there where I thought I saw that yellow perch, those fish up there, they were jumping out of the water like carp. And by experience as keeping creek chubs, I know that that's what they do. If there's anything happening, they will jump up out of the water. But these things, usually whenever I get up there, they're not jumping as much. I've kept creek chubs before. Every creek chub I've kept has died because I didn't keep a lid. And these things jump higher than carp. And especially in spawning season, they're going to jump a lot higher. And there's no way I'm going to keep one in a tank without it jumping away, unless I put something over the tank. And I've got a good tank. I've got a couple good tanks. One of them I can keep it in. The other one, it will get beat up a little bit, but I'm just not allowed to keep it in there because I have an Oscar in that tank, and these things excrete oils, certain oils that you don't want your fish being around. But we've got a new tank. As soon as I get that tank, or as soon as we get a pond, I'll put them in there. The few places I'm not going to release them, I'm going to make sure that if I do catch another female, I will put her in the tank too. And I'll make another population, and I'll release those somewhere else. That was a big fish. I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, this place has monsters. I mean, I haven't been seeing monsters here at all until the new year. Until I first started coming back here, still wasn't any. I come back, I've been here about 1 million times, and then once I come back here and I see a freaking creek chub bigger than my phone. And I'm like, the spawn, it's almost there. These things are getting muscled up. These things are fighting. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're going to fight hard, but they're definitely fighting a little bit harder than what I've been catching. If I had a little tip, like a worm tip on this thing. Now, what I was planning on doing out here was getting something that doesn't sink like a weight or float like a bobber. Something that won't affect the fish's swimming. I was going to put that on a tag, but I don't have, I've got the thing that I need that's not going to affect their swimming, but I need something that I can stick through the fish's skin that's not heavy enough to affect its swimming, and that's not really going to hurt it. Because if it hurts it, then it's affecting its swimming. And I don't want to injure a fish like that. Especially making it weaker where it's not going to be able to spawn. But especially right here, there's not many predators. That's why these things are so up in the numbers. There's very few. There's bigger creek chubs, and then there's catfish, and then there's green sunfish. And that's it that's going to eat them. And the catfish and green sunfish, the catfish is only going to eat dead ones. The green sunfish is only going to eat small ones. So yeah, it's all good. I didn't even make an intro for this. It's fine. I just wanted to update y'all on that. I mean, these fish are not small at all. I mean, there's some small ones here, which is why that green sunfish is sitting right under that log. That's also why I'm going to drop shot this under that log before I make it all the way across. I just wanted to inform you about that, so hate those dang things. Swear, if one frickin' stings me, first of all, I'm going to cry because I'm a freaking wimp. And second of all, I'm going to freaking grab my fishing pole and just throw it at it. I mean, there's sheet metal up there. Well, not sheet metal. There's metal up there. I'm going to freaking grab that, and every time I see a bug, I'm just going to slap it on it. And I'm not, unless I get stung by something, I'm not going to be able to pick that up. I'm going to be too wimpy. There you go. Well, just want to update y'all on that. Bye.